Hello everyone, welcome back to the final episode of Tesla Plays Castlevania Lament of Innocence Magician Mode. So, we are on to the final area. And it's sad to admit that I'm really not enjoying Magician Mode very much. Pagoda of the Misty Moon. Final area. And believe it or not, it's extremely short compared to other areas. And at long last, we have a corridor that gives our choice of sub-weapons. Now, the area here in particular is actually pretty easy. Down here you can actually get a super potion. Though really at this point in the game, if you've gotten everything, then you're probably going to be able to easily beat it. I mean, geez, it's not even really a question. I say as I just get completely wrecked, but it's because they're doing double here, which I'm really getting... okay, I see what the problem is. I'm gonna have to wait. Yeah, I was wondering what kept hitting me, and I'm like, oh, right, they're coming from different directions. Dead blame it. Oh, and they're desynced now, too. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, fuck. Please let me over here now. Yeah, them being desynced like that made it a lot harder to get by. It's usually not that hard. Now, these things I kind of ignored. But they are actually very good, because they can drop a rare item called the Member's Plate, which is good for discounts. But I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, this guy ran away before, and now we have to fight him for real. And he's a bit annoying now. Why? He decided to give up on the whip and is just gonna punch us to death now. The problem is that this means he can combo very well. He still has sub-weapons. Yeah, it's very hard to know when you can properly hit him in this form. This works well, though. Yes, it does. Holy shit. He has trouble hitting me. Yeah, this kind of trivializes the fight a lot, and I'm totally okay with that. Although I do need to get healed in a moment. Oh, you bitch. Although I guess I could just guard. There we go. HP max up. Thank you. Okay, by the end, things were getting pretty close to the wire, but that sub-weapon helped a lot. You see, it's very hard to hit him. Its attacks don't do much damage per hit, but it is still very hard to hit him, and he can overwhelm you pretty quickly. Sub-weapons, depending on what you're using, can trivialize them, though. And honestly, I think that's kind of the point. Is that by this point, they really want you to stop holding back. And you know, I'm totally okay with that. I also should be using my relics since it's the last opportunity to do so. One of the last, anyway. Phantom, one of the first new enemies in this area. They're the enemy that can actually drop one of the relics we have, the Crystal Skull. It takes a while, though. And they're not exactly quick to kill, either. They're pretty tough. Okay. Yeah, they don't want to go down. But they're not even the toughest new enemy that we're going to be seeing here. Nope. It's not. So we have two different ways to go here. Just jump over here, and we'll be going over here. Oh yeah, these swords actually change colors and do different things. Sonic Edge. Wow, we haven't learned all our skills yet. I think that's the last one, though. That one hits all around you, but does weak damage. Yeah, the Chaos Swords. They change elements on what they do, so that could be a problem. Mirage Skeleton. So, you want to look at the ground. Because only one of them is real. That enemy drops the Invincible Jar. Again, drops it very rarely. And in here we get heart max up. Very nice. We're at 150 now. And that's the most we're gonna get. 150 is the max. So yeah, that's kind of annoying, but not much we can do about that. MP max up. And at this point, our MP would be maxed out as high as it could get as well. Which would be 300, if I recall. So yeah, by the end of the game, the benefits of Magician Mode wouldn't even really be that great, since you'd only have a little more than triple of your normal amount. And really, that's the only real bonus that we really have, is the fact that we have a case of just a bit more MP to work with, that's it. And that's kind of the problem, is that having all that MP early on might seem like it was an improvement, but at this point, you would already have the relic to lower MP usage, and you would have upwards of 300 MP. So yeah, not exactly super great, honestly. But it's the best I could do to try to replicate Magician Mode. The game doesn't really give you a lot to work with, unfortunately. So prepare for awesomely epic, cool music. This is actually Leon's official theme, believe it or not. And I don't know why it only has started playing now. Could fooled me. Oh, yes. Okay, so... Oh, so now we have to light Warber's ears and do it with Floors trying to kill us. Gee, how nice. I might need Wussfoot for this. Especially if I keep missing. Yep. I was close, though. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I've definitely messed up that one, because I kept getting stunned. Precise hitting is also important. Oh, come on, stop. Okay. Yeah, we need to be down here. But yeah, the later playthroughs will be a lot more fun, just because there's going to be more to exploit. So... Okay, there's a save point over here. And it's the only save point in the whole area. Which you'd think might be kind of scary. It's not. There's a couple rooms over here, but we'll get to those later. Memorial tickets will be very useful for what's coming up soon. First, we're going to need to go over here. There are two pathways to go. Up here on the second floor. Alright. So what do I have equipped right now? Okay, sounds fair to me. That's usually one of the best loadouts. Usually. Can't see. Did I beat him? I guess so. This goes in a circle. Oh, now we actually have to fight hanged men. They're not optional. They're a lot easier to kill, though, thankfully. Ah, get off. They also don't do as much now, since we have higher defense. Now, they also drop a kind of a nice thing to have, usually. It's a coin that increases luck. But I'm not really too concerned about that. Hey. Yeah, I wanted to get rid of him. Oh. Yeah, I don't need the relic for you. Since you're by yourself, you can't do much. Okay, that's one down. Okay. And in here we get the 6th tablet. Okay, cool. Well, sure, why not? That doesn't look right. Uh-huh. So, yeah, we obviously can't do anything with this. And now at this point, we could be using a memorial ticket. Because we need to go the other way now. But before we do that, there's actually a room over here. There's not much in here, but we can put the 6th tablet in here. It's not doing much of anything, but there is a switch here. Aha! That number sounds like it could be of more use to us. Very nice, yes. So, yeah, we need to go to the left now. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight those unless I have to here. Just saying. Really? That door's closed now, too. Isn't that just terrific? Leon, please hit. Okay. So yeah. Now we go to this side. And actually, this place is almost over. Yeah. Well, helped a little bit. Curry? Oh, here's the toughest enemy. Dullahans. These enemies do not fuck around. If you can get the first attack off... Oh, well, okay, cool. Okay, sure, I'll take that. I was gonna show off more of what made them tough, but hey, you know what? No. I'm okay with this arrangement. Because they are not fun at all. And in crazy mode, they show up way more often throughout the game. It's, yeah, these aren't Fleamen, these are Death Reapers. A bit tougher. They don't die in a single hit. They do slightly more damage, too. If you need a heal in this place, don't feel bad. It is the final area. It does make a lot of sense for why they would start throwing the tougher enemies at this point. Well... that went swimmingly well, honestly, I must say. Also, I need to do something about the sound. I did notice, looking at the recordings, that my button presses are very loud. Yeah, gotta do something about that after this playthrough. Because that's gonna be annoying to hear. Definitely gotta do something about that. Oh, why do they have to do this twice? Okay. We are at the end here. And we get the last HP max up in the whole game. A grand total of 300 max HP. So... okay, let me get this on for this. Wait, did I do it that easy? Unlock Jewel. Stone unlocks the prison that's been sealed for eternity. Yeah, that place. Thankfully, if you fall now, you get sent right back here. Well, that was simplistic, jeez. So, yeah. It's one down. Two down. Okay. Well, got a whole bunch of you guys. And I mean a bunch. Yeah, let's not deal with that shit. Yeah, that kind of shredded them. Damn. Don't underestimate a good sub-weapon. Let's just say that. Alright, so we've got all the map coverage on this side. So now we just need to go back that other way and finish the right side up. Stop blocking my path, you jerks. Well, thankfully they unlocked this door. Okay. Now, I will say this about the final area. It certainly feels like it has spectacle. It's not the longest area in the world by a long shot. Oh, stop. You know what? No. We're not putting up with your bullshit. You gotta trail me the whole time? Forget you. No. Well, I got a high potion. Okay. This path seems largely easier than the other paths we could have taken before. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about that. Here's a Dullahan. Snuck up behind him. So there's one attack he does that kind of sucks, and it's not that one. It's not that one either. Weird. Wonder why he's not doing it. Weird, yeah. There it is. Yeah, he can decide if you get too close to him to do that. Yeah, yeah, like that. And you'll pretty much have to tank a hit. So... And when there's a whole bunch of them in the room and they do that, things can get out of hand pretty quick. But yeah, we are at the point now where we are virtually done with the whole place. However, we did get that unlock stone, which does do something. If you have the proper 4 tablet, then you can come here and break this open. Opens the door that leads to the throne room. Yeah, If you try to go to the throne room without this, at the very top of the pagoda, then yeah, you wouldn't have gone far. So I'm gonna be going to the memorial ticket to heal up and save, but then we're gonna be using magical ticket.
Something else instead. Yes, certainly. Yes, certainly. Yes, would you like anything else? Yes, would you like anything else? Anything else? I appreciate your business.
Okay. So most people beat the game before they do what I'm about to do. Personally, I don't think it really matters all that much, but hey. Okay, so for this, this leads to the hardest boss in the game. And believe it or not, you do not want to use the vampire killer. I'll explain why in a second. But yeah, let's just go ahead and show him off. Prison of Eternal Torture. When you come in here, a full combo up here does about 60. If you equip the Whip of Ice, you're actually doing more. He's weak to ice, and whenever you can hit a weakness with the whip, you actually do more damage than if you use the vampire killer. I kind of hate that about it, though. The vampire killer should always be the best weapon, and I kind of hate the fact that the immortal whips will and always take priority over damage, which I think is stupid. But hey, whatever. Let's talk about this boss here. The Forgotten One. He's the super boss of the game. He has 3 forms, and they all have different gimmicks. This one is you just hitting the belly at the very bottom. As you continue to damage him, he will summon these maggot-like things to try to hit you. And also, the more of it breaks down, the more blood will spew out that's actually poisonous. You also spew blood, too, directly at you, too, which is annoying. The first phase is the easiest, though. Oh, and I got poisoned, damn it. It will happen consistently throughout the fight, so don't bother curing it. If you get low on HP, be sure to just cure that. Oh, damn it. And that one caused curse. Don't... Get out of my way, damn it. Oh, jeez. Okay. The poison I could have handled. The curse, not so much, since it prevents you from doing combos. Okay, good. Oh, fuck off. Got a curse on me at the last minute. Damn it, I'm trying to get to my items. Again, I hate this system. Thank you. Okay. There. You have to attack his hands now. Easier said than done, honestly. Yeah, this boss hurts like a son of a gun. Damn it. As far as I'm concerned, this fight is indeed the hardest of the three. Because it's just sometimes hard to really read his patterns. And also get the timing down, too. They always go shake blood at me to try to hurt me. Okay. Ah. Yeah, that doesn't work. Okay, that just feels unfair, man. He traps you in a corner. How are you supposed to deal with that? Meanwhile, people who play very hard games are probably laughing at me. Sure, why not? I mean, I wouldn't laugh at anyone, but you know, whatever. Oh, fuck off. Really? That does poison too. Now I'm killing. Now this form is a little bit dangerous, but they do a lot to try to make things easy, though. He will breathe huge streams of fire from his mouth. But the rocks do largely protect you. Yeah, see what I mean by this being easier? I've already got him halfway down. Sometimes he just chooses not to breathe the fire breath, at which point he's actually kind of easy. Damn it. Shit. Now that was kind of unfair. And we win. And for that, we get a Black Orb? Huh. Cool. So we get something cool for beating him, at least. Cool. Okay. I mean, it's a little too late for us to really get much use out of it, but... Now, we don't know where this guy came from, just that he's been down here for a long time. Probably way before even Walter came to, to occupy the castle. So, we don't really get a history behind this guy, really. But I suppose it ultimately doesn't matter. Because we're at the end of the game now. And if you can beat him, then you can beat the final boss easily. I didn't even have to use as many healing items as I thought I would. So that's neat. If you come in here without the stone, they would force, or the crest, I mean, they would force you to go back. So, yeah, it's time to deal with this. Final boss time. I'm gonna skip the cutscene because it's a long one. And guess what? Oh, crap. There we go. Okay, that time he at least warped. You have to have the vampire killer equipped. Whoops. I totally forgot about that, sorry. There we go. Yeah, he's not that hard, really. He basically is like Dracula Light. I say as I actually have to heal. I love it when he uses this, because it leaves him nice and open. Sadly, he doesn't use that very often and would rather shoot out the fire attack. I say that now. Oh, got greedy. And now for the true final boss. Death himself.
Minion.
When he says minion, these are gonna try to come for you. He will try to shoot his scythe out. But he leaves you plenty of opportunity to hit him, since he likes to kind of screw with you a bit. He also shoots out that beam of energy. Yeah, not really the most threatening final boss ever. Really? You're gonna do two at once, okay. Shit. I hate Deadly Tempest. The Wolf's Foot does make this a lot easier, though. Oh, and you just are gonna spam it, huh? Yep, you're just gonna spam it, okay. Good thing my MP's lasting as long as it is. Damn it, really? He cornered me, the little bitch. Okay, that time I'm not falling for that. Okay, seriously? Oh my god. He's not hard, I'm just really bad at predicting where I'm supposed to stand for it. Also, sub-weapons do not affect him, and you really don't have many offensive options aside from just whipping him, so you kind of have to be in the brunt of it. Again, he's not that hard, especially with Wolf's Foot, but and that's the end. Magician mode over. So, largely a disappointment, to be honest. I was really hoping for better. I mean, it's only one of 4 playthroughs, so of course the later ones might have more to offer. Based on this experience, I can't help but feel they will. The next one will be fighter mode. Now, I've spent a lot of time thinking on what I think this form would symbolize. In Circle of the Moon, it symbolized a high defensive score and increased physical prowess. Thing is, it's very hard with the codes they give you to replicate that kind of experience. I'm going to have to do a lot of experimentation with code digits and experimentation on changing codes to fit what I want. And I don't know how long that's going to take. It's a work in progress, and I'm just gonna say for the record that they're probably gonna have the hardest time getting fighter mode ready than any of the other modes. It'll probably be worth it in the long run, though. So, well, to get that set up, I'm going to be starting to, like, get that ready. Hoo boy. This felt like normal mode, just with a little bit of a edge in the MP department, but not much more than that. Not really anything all that special. There's also this. And in case you're wondering if there's really anything special you can do to make this more interesting, I didn't really see much. There's not really a Yahim code section on there, and I don't know how many existing codes would really affect him. Like, really? I don't really know about that. Personally, I think Yahim's mode is kind of easy as it is. Like, I don't really think you need to really do anything like that. And I can't really change his stats or anything either. Like, I can't to try to change anything. Oh, I wish. Because while his mode is one big power fantasy, it's also kind of dull after a while. Since you're basically just doing the same thing over again with him for 6 areas. And I know for most people, after doing it the first time, they're like, yeah, it's certainly... he's certainly powerful, but, like... You can tell this game really wasn't meant for anyone but Leon, though. As I'll demonstrate later. But yeah. That is pretty much it. I've also unlocked Boss Rush, but there's really no point in doing it. You don't get anything really cool for doing it. It's only for bragging rights, seeing if you can get a good score. I don't think it's worth it. But yes, that is definitely where we're going to be ending things here. And I'm going to just check through the bestiary real quick to see if there's, like, anything very interesting you can get towards the end of the game from enemies to make it particularly worth it. So far I'm not seeing much of anything, though. There's a couple of things, but nothing too game-breaking. Nope, nothing. Okay, fine. Now, I'm also going to wait till the end to show off all the unique sub-weapon types too, because that will be the one to end it all, is the final playthrough. And I want to pull out all the stops for that one. But that'll be all for now. Wow, can you believe I haven't been doing this for even an hour? Are you kidding me? I know the place was short, but damn. I fit 3 major bosses and 2 floors worth of an area, and it didn't even take me an hour. Jeez, man. That's just kind of insane. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just spend the rest of the time just talking about my feelings on the game as a whole then, since I seem to have time for it. On a normal playthrough, this game can be simplistic and at some points just downright yawn-inducing in terms of just how easy it is to trivialize. I'm not trying to really insult the game here. Like, it's fine for a game to be easy. I'm just saying, man, you don't have to put much effort. Like, unless you're fighting one of the optional elementals or the superboss, you're probably not going to ever really have too many issues. The game is quite plentiful with gold, and you can bring lots of healing items. They give you a healing relic as well if you need it, for both hearts and HP. And you get plenty of accessories that can really increase your parameters. I think when you get to a certain point, even some of the harder challenges feel a lot more simplistic. Waiting till the end of the game, for example, to defeat the elementals, you could just kick their asses. You wouldn't even have to play defensively at that point. You could just wreck them. Pretty easily, in fact. So, there is that to consider. And a part of me really wonders if, for the lesser talented player, if they expected you to do that. Because it's no coincidence that the Vampire Killer seems to have all this power built into it. And I believe that they probably gave that to you just so if you had the patience to wait to do the extra content, then you had an easier time. Huh. That's, interesting. But all the same, I will actually say this for it. At least the game is short and sweet and doesn't overextend its welcome, which is something I can say for a couple of the later Metroidvanias we would get, like Portrait of Ruin and Order of Ecclesia. 2 games that really felt like they didn't need to be as long as they were. They're a slog, plain and simple. I kind of wish that they wouldn't have made you do the second part of the castle in Portrait of Ruin, and didn't make you go through near as many areas in Ecclesia, because both these games really feel like there's more padding than there should be, and it doesn't feel natural, like the games that had predated it. Now, I have mentioned before in the past that Aria of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow have some major glaring issues that really keep me from giving them a high score. But at least they still kind of carried on the legacy of Symphony of the Night on some level. Like, you could still kind of see that same feeling of design from those, in small amounts at least. Starting with Portrait of Ruin, though, it feels like the design for the series went in a wildly different direction. And I wasn't too fond of that. I think all of the GB and DS Metroidvanias had some glaring issue to them that I could point to for why they aren't really truly breathtaking titles. Because there's always something. But it's time to call this for now. Thank you guys for watching. I will talk to you later. See ya.